What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. You aren't seeing things. I'm back. And yes, the Metallica concert was fucking balls.
I'd like to point
out amazing.
Oh, yeah, we're on time. I'd like to point that out.
We
were critically late last week because of me, because I'm a dumb head. But let me take a moment too. Silky C up there saying happy Thursday. Silky went back and watched the one podcast where I said, "Hey Silky, clip this and put it into a short." And she did it so cute because in the podcast I said, "Hey Silky," and then she filmed herself saying, "Yes." And I was like, "Clip this," and she's like, "I got you." And the way she put that all together was genius. So thank you, Silky. That's amazing.
If you guys aren't following us here on YouTube and you're not seeing all these shorts that we've been putting out, you're missing out because Silky's doing an amazing job at capturing a lot of these funny little moments that we have. Like the one that came out today where we're talking about the Minecraft movie and the clip starts and I'm already crying because I'm laughing from the last thing. And I'm trying to catch my breath as you're talking.
And I don't even know what the last thing was. I'd have to go back.
I forget what it was. I don't remember what I was laughing about, but it was, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Nada is on saying hi, everyone. Ice K Voice. Ali's here.
Yep.
The shorts are fun. There you go. She's been watching the shorts. Thanks, Ali.
Speaking of brilliant editing, there's some new YouTube videos out there on the channel too, guys. Some Geek Tech videos have come out. We're trying chips. We're trying hot sauce. We're trying to figure out which beer is which. They're actually getting some views too. I think in particular is it the chicken wing one? Is I think
pretty good.
Yeah, doing pretty good. So if you like watching three middle-aged guys either suffer through badly flavored chips, hot sauce, or try to figure out what beer has booze and what beer doesn't, I highly recommend you go check out those new videos. They're not terribly long. In particular, the beer.
Which, by the way, Silky, if you want to short those videos,
oh yeah,
please do, because especially the hot wings one.
Yeah.
Whew, there's one point, man, where I took a bite and I was like, why am I doing this? Like, like this is like the last one, man, was just that was
it was rough on you. Yeah. In particular, but the Beer Hunter one, the edits that our editor Megan did for that with the scorekeeping and the on-screen stuff, and that was pretty great. She did a really great job with all of that.
That's awesome.
Big shout out to editor Megan and Silky for helping us out with all this editing stuff, because we just don't have
Megan has been a freaking all-star with these videos. These last couple, man, they're I love them, and I hope
by the way, guys,
check them out if you haven't.
We've shot one more video as well. Now that one's remote, but we've shot one recently that was Megan's idea.
Yes,
she kind of put it all together, so she kind of hosts it. I don't know where she's at with the editing of that one, but I'm looking forward to when that one comes out too, because that got a little bit out of hand for a couple of them anyway. So I had fun with the graphics for sure. Bitches, cheers!
Oh, there she is.
Hey,
look at that!
Hey, what's this?
It's the Twin Sons.
It's the Twin Sons. It is not last year's Twin Sons. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on here, but you'll see the third annual Star Wars Day event. That's correct, kids. This is the new batch of the Twin Sons Late Lemon Lager from our friends at London Brewing Co-op. I happened to stop in there yesterday. It was Crazy Mike's 55th birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mike.
Shout out to Mike. He's been out to a bunch of our events, always very supportive. In fact, the event that's happening this Saturday, which we're going to talk about, would not be happening if it wasn't for Crazy Mike. It was his idea initially. He's the one that set us up with the right from Andrew. Yes, Andrew.
Right off the bat.
No,
we're going to talk about it.
We're not getting the black cans, and it's a very sensitive subject for us here on our side of the fence right now. But hi from Steam Whistle, says Michael Icon. Hello, guys. Good to see you. Michael and I are at Steam Whistle. Yes. So I saw you guys posting. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Midlife Richard's going to be there. Richard's bringing a couple of guests to the con, to the event. Well, our little excuse for a con or whatever. We're finally going to meet Mrs. Midlife Cosplay.
Oh, really?
Yes. And the dog. So they have an elderly dog, and I guess that's the chief reason why Mrs. Midlife has not been out to any of the cons, because someone kind of has to be home with a dog. Right. So Richard messaged me earlier today. He's like, hey, this may sound weird. My wife wants to come out, but we can't leave the dog. Could we bring the dog London Brewing Co-op loves dogs. One of the brewers, Matt, makes and bakes his own dog treats at home by the tray load and then brings them in for all the pooches that come and visit. So I told him, absolutely, please bring the dog. So we're going to get like the whole family for the whole Bakari family is going to be coming down for that one. So that's going to be good. The dog. That's correct.
The dog.
Yes. And yes, it was also Richard's birthday as well, just a few days ago too.
That's
so
right. Tuesday?
Tuesday, I think
it was Tuesday. Yeah. So happy birthday, Richard, as well. Yep. Yeah. We're going to have a couple drinks with you guys this weekend.
Yes, we'll be having several drinks this weekend, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because it is that time, guys. There's a reason why I was at London Brewing Co-op yesterday, and there's a reason I'm going to be at London Brewing Co-op tomorrow.
Do you want to just bing bang get into that just like that?
No. I'm just saying we're gonna scatter it throughout the whole. Like,
okay.
We gotta.
Well, before you get into exposing your anger for the non-black can,
anger, disappointed.
Guys, if you're watching this, there's only 14 of you guys watching right now. But if you are watching this, I better see 14 likes on this video. It's completely free. It takes like literally all of a millisecond.
I guess I better go over and like it myself.
Yeah, and it really, really helps the guy out here.
16 likes now. Look at that.
There you go. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you check out our channel and consider subscribing. We've got a bunch of content that's been out recently, a bunch of shorts. We've got more coming every week. Content-wise, there is going to be a little bit of a lull now because it's kind of been like con/event season a little bit. So it's been a little bit lackluster on being able to film more content, but don't you worry. We've got stuff planned.
There is stuff planned. And like I said, there is one in the can that will be coming out soon. I've got a couple of ideas for a couple of PSAs that I want to get recorded and have editor Megan throw together for us. So yes, there will still be some content production, guys. Don't you worry about
that. Is it that time?
I believe it is.
I think we have to. I mean, it's become a kind of, I think, a tradition now.
Yep.
When we start the show, what do? The news. Lose the voice?
Just the point. Just the you.
Did you lose the voice?
No. It is the news. Brought to you by the Geeks and Company. The Geeks and Company. For some reason, we can't get a fucking black can for this beer. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a real thin week as far as news items go. I've not seen a whole lot on there from the usual sources that I go to for news stuff. So
yeah,
I'll be brief on this one. Production on season 2 of Ahsoka has officially begun.
Yes.
Ahsoka, I feel like the first season maybe wasn't as divisive as some of the other first seasons, like Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan and such. But I really enjoyed the first season of Ahsoka, and of course, I came into it not having watched Clone Wars, so I didn't have a lot of the sort of the meaty backstory of that a lot of people were bought in on. And maybe I don't know where it stood. Like I don't know the people that didn't like it were the people that had invested in Clone Wars and didn't like how that it continued.
I don't want to say mostly, but mainly yes.
Yeah. So I didn't have all of that sort of luggage going into it, and so I appreciated it for sort of what it was, which I thought was just a solid piece. I didn't love how it ended, but I mean, again, and we got some recasting too this coming season, right? The biggest one being, of course, Baylan Skoll. Ray Stevenson, the gentleman that played that role, passed away shortly after principal photography had completed. And we didn't know in the offseason what it was going to happen, if they were just going to write him off completely or have him off screen or whatever they're going to do. But no, they recast him. And Rory McCann, who has been bounced around Hollywood for years and years and years, but probably most famously known as the Hound, Sandor Clegane, from all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, will step into that role. So like a lot of other things that happened at Star Wars Celebration recently, there was like a teaser or at least some I want to say concept art for Ahsoka that appeared, and there was a rendering of Rory McCann as Baylan Skoll. So if you hunt down hard enough, you can see a very grainy image of what he's due to look like in that role, if you are so inclined.
Yeah, and I mean they're clearly. I mean, they can't just make him look like Ray Stevenson, right? Like they're not going to just like CG him into Ray Stevenson, right?
No,
So
no. Hell no.
to be the same, but
I
they
assume
are changing him up a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
From the concept art, which is fine. I mean, if the story picks up exactly where it left off, and all of a sudden his suit's different and his hair is different, and he then it kind of clashes a little bit. But if they're updating him over time and such, then yeah, that's fine. And I think I've been fairly honest in saying that I've not been the biggest Game of Thrones fan.
Right.
I've not watched the original Game of Thrones. I'm up on House of the Dragon, but not Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know him and his acting much, but I'm down. I thought the series was good. You're right. I think that a lot of people that had an issue with the series was about the way they portrayed the characters, and they portrayed them very differently than how they were the last time we saw them, and that tends to clash with your audience, right? When you've got an audience that's a fan of a product, and then you change that product, well, then they're like, well, what was the point? They're not the characters that we knew, right? So a lot of people got annoyed with that. I thought it was good. I love the character of Ahsoka. She's probably one of my top 3 favorite characters in Star Wars. I just wish it would have been a little bit more. I was not the biggest fan of all of the storylines, without spoiling anything.
Right.
But I'm still looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yes, I will be checking out season 2 as well.
He was in Hot Fuzz. Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, yarp. Yep. Speaking of season 2s, Andor season 2 is still trucking along. So I didn't realize how the show was formatted. So season 1 of Andor takes place essentially over about a year, but the show is set 5 years before Rogue One. Well, the show is meant to lead into Rogue One. So apparently the plan this season is each 3-episode arc that they're releasing represents 1 full year. So as they're going through, as you're watching these 3 episodes arc, so it will be 4 of those 3-episode arcs that will take us up to Rogue One. So it'll the whole first season was 1 year, but the whole second season, same number of episodes, is going to encompass 4 times as much time.
Okay.
So apparently they've recast somebody, though. Apparently Benjamin Bratt is Bail Organa now, not Jimmy Smits. I haven't seen this. Does anybody know why? Is there a reason?
Apparently it was just a question of Jimmy Smits wasn't available to come back because, I don't know, I didn't specify why. Is it a question of him being sick, or is he away? Is he on another project? They didn't specify. They just said that he just couldn't make it for filming, so they replaced him with Benjamin Bratt.
Does that? I mean, what?
My thoughts, or because I have got some weird thoughts about this one.
Hit me.
I mean, so Bail Organa's been around for a long time now. Right, this is a character that's been around since episode 2.
Right,
I'm going to say episode 2. So he was in episode 2, in episode 3, in Rogue One, in Obi-Wan, in this is a character that has come back over and over within Star Wars for many, many, many years, and now they're just recasting him because he's busy. What? Fucking wait.
It's
what do you mean? It's Jimmy Smits. What do you mean?
I don't get. Was having Bail Organa in this so critical?
Yeah, when Jimmy Smits
couldn't come in. So now, what do you do moving forward? If you have Bail Organa in any future projects, who do you call? Do you call Benjamin Bratt or do you call Jimmy Smits?
Well, that tells me that Jimmy Smits is no longer going to be Bail Organa at all.
So if it was just a scheduling conflict, that doesn't mean he's not dead. He's not fired from being. He couldn't make it, and for whatever reason, they couldn't film around it. They had to have Bail Organa in this particular chunk of the story, so they recast it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, that to me says
that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, to me, this is more than a scheduling conflict. There's something else going on that we don't know, I think.
There had fucking better be.
Now,
like, there better be some Terrence Howard shit going on here. You know what I mean?
well,
For all my roadie fans out there,
who knows?
there better be some next level Terrence Howard shit. If it was literally they just couldn't get him because he was doing something else, it doesn't matter to me. The story is too big. I'm okay with it. That's cool, Nate. I get that. Well, Nate, you've just said it's the best Star Wars property, hands down. So I'm not trying to be a dink or anything, but it feels like your opinion is not exactly unbiased at this point. You love this property. Star Wars has been around since 1977, and you're saying this is the best thing Star Wars ever. That's a huge statement, and I feel like maybe I don't know if you can necessarily look at it with like an objective eye. Objectively, not even having watched it myself, I watched the first season. Taking a guy like JS was saying, like he's been in several films, like, and he was on. Wasn't he on Obi-Wan?
He was.
So he's just played it on TV recently on
he's on Obi-Wan. He's Leia's
platform.
Dad. Yeah.
He's just done it. And now we need him so badly in the character in this particular narrative of the show that we could just recast it with a completely different dude. And everybody's like, it's fine. We don't mind.
It's all cool. Yeah, no problem. No, something's going on. Yeah, something's going on, I think.
Super dumb.
Now, for me, here's the other thing. I don't mind Benjamin Bratt.
No, he's fine.
Mind at all. And if you're going to replace Jimmy Smits with somebody, I mean, what a fantastic choice. Because I remember as a kid watching Benjamin Bratt and Jimmy Smits, and to me, they were interchangeable in all their roles. So why wouldn't they be now? Like they look a little bit more different now, and as they get older. But I'm totally cool with Benjamin Bratt taking on Bail Organa's role. As weird as that is, that they would just recast him and not just say, well, let's just cut his part out of the show and maybe bring him in next season, or I don't know.
Well, there is no next season, right? This leads to Rogue One.
That's true. That's true.
No, you just have whatever he's doing off camera. That's all. It's not hard. You just have his character, whatever his character is meant to do. You take whatever the plot arc that is for his character.
Yeah,
you give it to somebody else. Another character completely, like you give it to Saw or you give it to somebody, right? It doesn't have to be Bail Organa. You give it to somebody else. And then if you have to reference Bail Organa, you just reference him off camera. Or like, oh, I met with Senator Organa and he said blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
I know he's 70. I get that. I don't imagine Benjamin Bratt is all that young either, but like he was just in Obi-Wan, guys. It's not like he hasn't played Bail Organa in 10 years. He played a Bail Organa 2 years ago for the 7th or 8th time. And now you're going to swap him out? That I haven't watched it. I'm probably not going to watch it, but that character had better be the most important piece. That better be the linkage in the entire fucking second season to make it worth doing that. Otherwise,
no, I don't think so, Jeff. I don't.
What's Joel doing?
I'm pretty sure it's still going to be a small role.
By the way, I figured out who TSBD is. By the way, remember we were asking who TSBD is? That's Rotide.
Aha! Our buddy Justin.
What's Joel doing on a podcast? He gave us away.
I really think that the only way they would recast him, it wouldn't be because of a scheduling conflict. It would have to be because he's not coming back. That's the only reason I can see. For whatever reason, whether it's a health reason, whether it's a different reason.
Well, it feels like if it was a health reason, they would just say it's a health reason. Like that's even dumber. It can't be that. They wouldn't say scheduling conflict if it was a health reason. They would only say scheduling conflict if it was, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Well, way to jump in late, fucker. Like that's on you, not on us. Catch up, dude. Scroll back. You'll be fine.
Scroll back.
That's right.
Rewind.
We're talking about the recast of Bail Organa on the second season of Andor. They recast Jimmy Smits with Benjamin Bratt, as though we just wouldn't notice one Latino guy for another, which is ludicrous. Which is funny. I'm on a rewatch of the entire Infinity Saga right now, and I literally just started Doctor Strange right before this podcast, so I just saw Benjamin Bratt in this small role he's got in the basketball court explaining Strange about his condition or whatever. So it's so funny that we're talking about this now, and which we've been talking about now for a long time. I don't like it. I as Chris Evans would say, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't understand it, but I haven't watched it. So maybe once I watch it, I'll be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. I don't imagine that's going to happen, but it might. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, guys, this is the last piece of news. If you guys have anything you want to talk about that's been happening in the world of Geek and Nerd, I went through a bunch of my different sources today, and I could not find much. The only other thing that I have seen is recently one of the crew on Avengers Doomsday, which is either has started filming or is about to start filming, let slip that the script is not done yet. It's not final yet. And then whoever he was talking to was like, well, what do you mean the script's not final yet? You guys are going to start filming soon. He was like, yeah, this happens a lot with Marvel movies, especially when they have these huge ensemble casts. A lot of the stars that didn't get announced in that chair lineup haven't signed their deal yet. They haven't signed onto the film yet. So the script is kind of in a holding pattern. They can start shooting with who they have, but certain aspects of the script will either have to get rewritten or taken out based on which stars will sign and which stars will not be able to due to scheduling conflicts, which I'm just going to call the Jimmy Smits effect now, I guess. Yeah. So we're going into production on Avengers Doomsday, and they're going to start shooting this, and they don't have a completed script because they haven't got everybody signed that they want to get signed for the film. So I assume there's still going to be some surprises that are going to be in store, but I think you can rest assured that as some of these other names do get signed, there's probably going to be further announcements moving forward when their deals get done. Who that's going to entail, I don't know. But we all knew there were gaping holes in that lineup of chairs when we came into it. Doctor Strange, in fact, being one of them. My assumption here is that they're going to have to re-sign some of these guys at least to a 2-film deal for both Doomsday and for Secret Wars. And they probably haven't done that yet. And I imagine they're probably running out of money to do so. Although I put it in here and now it's not there anymore. I don't know where it went. They've got, it looks like they're about to have a hit on their hands with Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the ticket tracking for Thunderbolts is still relatively modest, but it is tracking upwards because now it is sitting currently, when I looked it up earlier this afternoon, Thunderbolts is at 89% positive on Rotten Tomatoes as we sit here right now. Yeah, it's reviewing well. Apparently it is a very character driven story. They focus in particular, it's essentially being considered a sequel to Black Widow. So it's like they call it Black Widow 2 because the main two characters, you would think it'd be Bucky, and it's not. Apparently the main two focuses are Yelena, which we knew, and David Harbour's Red Guardian are the two big ones, I guess. Which their Russian accents are so bad. I'm surprised that people are loving this as much as they are. I mean, critics wise, but
that's kind of,
but that's what they're saying. They're saying
joke, right?
It's very character driven. It's not the typical bombastic, purely action driven. That there's actually some story in here, some character stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's trending right now to open at 150 million worldwide. With I think they said about half and half. But that number is trending upwards. So,
which for a movie that I don't think they expected to be like a huge $1 billion hit.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get to $1 billion, but I definitely think we can probably surpass the 400 million that Brave New World. Right, worldwide. Because Brave New World didn't review anywhere near as well. And apparently was something of a bore. So, and the big reveal in that film was given away in the trailers.
In the fucking trailer.
Yeah. So everybody sits around for 2 hours waiting for Harrison Ford to Hulk out, knowing he's going to Hulk out, as opposed to it being some kind of a surprise. I'm sure they were hoping that the image of the Red Hulk would draw people to the film, but I mean, 400 million isn't anything to sneeze about for sure. But when your film costs 200 million, that makes it difficult to swallow a $400 million worldwide gross, especially in light of the previous 3 Captain America films. Well, not the first one, but definitely the second one, and absolutely the third one made bajillions of dollars. So, I don't know. Is anybody else going? Is anybody going to see Thunderbolts? I'm curious. People seem to like my insulting Luigi accent. I'm already sick of the MCU. Honestly, I miss Natasha. Well, you're probably not going to get Natasha. I love the bad Russian accents. Reminds me of every TV show in the 80s. I don't know if I can do 2 hours of it though. Like, Yelena's isn't that bad, but I mean David Harbour's Russian accent is so fucking cheesy, corny, over the top. It's terrible. I'm going tomorrow. Okay. So what I'm hoping for is that we can get some people that can give us some feedback once they've seen it.
Yeah,
maybe not Myers Corp though, because we all know his dog shit. So maybe someone other than Mike can give us some feedback on the film, because I am curious. Not Not excited enough to see it at theater prices. Yeah, Andrew, that's
that's kind of the thing, right?
Silky CC, and hopefully this weekend, Silky, I will expect a full report on my desk by Monday morning. Yeah, let me know, guys. That's the news. There wasn't a lot this week, man. I'm so sorry. It was a pretty thin on the geek and nerd front. For the video game guys out the EA just fired like 300 people and canceled Titanfall 3. So if you're a video game guy, there's some really bad news in the video game world as far as EA goes. They're having a hard time. They're struggling for sure. So I guess there's some layoffs and some firings. About 300 people lost their jobs, and they canceled a game. And apparently the Blade Runner video game looks like it's also going to get canceled. So,
well, was that ever going to come out?
Video games it's a tough business, guys. You sink a lot of money into it. They spend more time. They spend more on making video games than they do on making movies these days. So if a video game bombs, it's hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that are just gone. Titanfall 3 would have been sick. It probably would have been. Unfortunately, we're never going to see it now. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I got for the news. I think it's time for community news.
Community news.
Our boy Rob.
Rob's not here, but man, is he here in spirit.
Yeah. Okay, before I get to I am going to do this right now, guys. I'm going to taste this. This is the third. So this is the new Twin Suns, the light lemon lager. It is meant to be the same as last year. I'm going to give this a shot. I've already cracked it. So, Solancha.
Well, I don't think it's meant to be exactly same. I've already gotten feedback from Crazy Mike that
there's more lemon flavor. Yeah, that's nice. It's again the light lemon lager, so it's only 4%, but it does have a bit more of that lemon flavor than it did last year. Last year it felt like it was like just something that tickled the palate. This year it's definitely more prominent. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a nice. You're sitting on your patio, you're over the grill, you're making some dogs and burgers. It's hot as balls outside. You need something refreshing. This is what you're going to reach for, kids. 30 some odd cases this year as opposed to 15 last year.
Well, there won't be after I'm there. Once I get there will not be
from the batch
30 some odd cases. I can
twice as many cases, nearly twice as much on tap as well. But I will still tell people. I just took a giant swig of beer and I'm trying to talk and I'm burping the whole time. I will tell people the exact same thing I told them last year. Get yourself there, drinking on camera. Now it's a PG-13 rating. Dude, I've said fuck 14 times already. What are you talking about? Get your beer early. Do not wait. Yeah. If you wait, you're gonna miss out. I guarantee you. Last year it was all gone in 3 hours. There's twice as much this time. It's reasonable to assume it's still going to be gone by the end of the night. Get your beer early. Get it put away. Even if you have to show up, get your beer, leave, and come back. I would recommend that 100%. So I'm gonna keep drinking, and we're gonna talk about community news. Go ahead.
Hey, you could keep drinking, buddy. That's perfectly fine. I cannot wait.
Oh, that's good
to try that damn beer. Cannot wait. Jeff.
Yeah.
Where were you this weekend?
I was in.
I tried to put you to work and send me some information for our event that's coming up next weekend, and you're like, "Fuck off, dude! I'm at CK Expo."
I don't know if that's exactly how that conversation went, but I mean, probably relatively. Yes, I am very, very fortunate that every year I get to be a participant and one of the guys that's kind of heavily involved with the Chatham Kent Expo, CK Expo. This was their 11th year in Chatham. It started out as a teeny tiny little con, and now it's grown into a big 2-day event. They had guests, they had artists, they had cosplayers. They had a big cosplay contest that had a lot of amazing cosplayers in it. Yeah, it was a really, really good time. I got to spend a huge amount of time with our boy Midlife Cosplay. So if you've not met Richard Bakari, famously for his Borg and his Maul and his Boba Fett's and everything else that he does, now his Ghoul. Richard is like a salt of the earth kind of guy. A little bit older like us, and just a really, really, really good dude. We ended up rooming together, so especially on Saturday, Richard and I we had dinner together. We went to the after party together. I think we may have held hands. There might have been a little bit of making out. There might have been some tongue. I don't know, but we were definitely we were joined at the hip for most of that day, and I couldn't have asked for a better dude to have hung out with. I am going to talk about CK Expo, don't get me wrong, but I want to make sure I give a special shout out to Richard. Richard and I are going to be part of a production coming up. It actually starts filming this month. I've mentioned it here on the podcast before. The television show that we're going to be doing that's going to air on Bell. Richard is also going to be part of that show. And Richard has 15 years of experience working in Hollywood, and he's worked stage. He's taken acting classes, everything else. So I just asked him, like, hey, man, whatever advice you can give me as far as acting goes, I'd really, really appreciate it. And this motherfucker whips out, printed script pages where he's got all these annotations and notes, and he's talking about the different ways that he approaches different scenes and characterizations and the lessons he learned being a stage actor and then the acting classes he took. And he just walked me through so many different ways into the script and the dialogue and the characterization and the scene and such stuff that I have zero clue about. I don't have a single second of acting coaching or acting lessons in any way, shape, or form. So he really, really helped me out, and I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for making it such a good time. It was a good time. Yes, you were gentle. I was. You seemed new to the big spoon, little spoon game, so I wanted to make sure I eased you in for sure. Of course. Yeah, of course.
Can't help yourself, can you?
Nope, I sure can't. The con was great. Mark Ralston was the key guest. Mark Ralston has over 200 acting credits on IMDb. He was all over that con. He was so nice and friendly with people, answered everyone's questions. I was up on stage to start the whole con off with Harlan Blaine Kite Wayhat. He plays Sanguinet on Shorzy. He was in Prey. He plays Itzy in Prey. He's one of the last of the natives to die by the predator there. And as I'm coming off the stage, Mark is waiting to get onto the stage to do his interview. Zero reason for him to stop me and shake my hand as I'm getting off the stage, because I'm just some schlub that's interviewing the celeb. But he stops me, shakes my hand, says, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Mark, man, great to see you. Whatever, awesome." He goes around. He goes to the 501st booth. He takes a bunch of pictures with them. There was a Klingon contingent there. He goes over their booth, grabs a bat lift. He's like, he's taking pictures with them. Like, he looked like he was having the time of his life. He was really, really into it. And God bless you, Mark. I know you're not watching this, but I'm going to reach out and see if we can get you on the podcast. But I got to talk to Harlan, and Harlan was great. We talked on the stage for an hour. In fact, they had to hustle us off. We didn't even get to everything. And you'd appreciate this. I went up to him beforehand, and every time I'm going to do an interview, we try to talk to the celeb beforehand to be like, is there anything that you're not cool with talking about? And initially he was like, no, we'll talk about anything. But then he was like, I would love to spend more time talking about Prey than about Shorzy. I'm like, brother, I am your guy. No problem. I work with these two idiots that get into these predator get-ups all the time. And then, of course, I'd mentioned that we'd met Dale DeHaan and Dakota Beavers just a couple of years ago. So we definitely spent a lot of time talking about Prey, the audition process, how we got it. So it came down to him and Dakota for the lead role.
Oh, really?
He only barely got edged out by Dakota for the lead role.
Huh.
He had this really cool piece of merch that said the original title of the film too, which was Skulls. He had this great official Skulls merch because they didn't know. They had no idea
as well when he was at London Comic Con. Dane DeLegrio,
which is funny.
Yeah,
Dane was actually late to the party as far as portraying the Predator to go. There was a completely different dude in the suit for the first over half of the filming. Of
really,
the
I didn't even know that
guy named Kyle. So they didn't know that it was like the whole time Harlan's talking about it, he's like, no one, we just thought it was a period piece. Like we had like a Civil War type period. We had no, it wasn't until we were on set and we came out on set and we turned and there was the fucking Predator standing there that we found out it was a Predator movie. Because even in the script, it would say the creature. It would never name what it was. So yeah, the interview was a great job. Thanks, Keith. He was really, really good. He's a young guy. He's like 27 and he's a nerd. He's a huge Power Rangers fan. While we're talking the interview, a pink and green Ranger walked by and he couldn't talk to me anymore. He's just like, he's like squeeing over these Power Ranger cosplayers. And then on the Sunday, he came in this really cool Power Rangers outfit or whatever he had on. And yeah, big Power Rangers fan. No, he was super good to talk to. And it looked like Mark's interview went really, really well as well. Somebody else did that interview. Jason, one of the other guys that works there. The con just went really good. I talked to a lot of the vendors. They seemed to do okay. And the everybody and then the after party on Saturday, Richard and I went to the after party together. Richard and I won the trivia for the after party. We were the only ones that got perfect on the trivia score, 30 out of 30. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Sorry. You and Richard?
Richard and I were at the after party together, and we were the only ones to get perfect on the trivia.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Neither of you guys seem like the remembering anything at a after party kind of people.
Wow. It was a geek and nerd heavy one. It just
everything. It was all Star Trek and Star Wars,
Star Trek and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. And I'm like, I know it was multiple choice, but we're already writing down the answer before they even give the multiple choices out. It was kind of one of those, right? So I didn't think we'd dominate, but Richard got this really nice soft Avengers blanket, and I got Green Lantern power battery. So it's
nice.
Yeah. As soon as even Richard knew, as soon as he pulled out, they were like, you can pick your prizes. And as soon as a box came out and it had the Green Lantern on it, Richard was like, oh, Jeff wants that. I can tell you right now, Jeff wants that. It was a good time. Turns and Tails was the place that we were at. It was like a board game cafe.
Turns and Tails.
Yeah, board game cafe, fully licensed. It was very, very cool. They had the Klingon Pop Warrior there, which is a gal that comes up from the States, and she sings pop songs in Klingon.
No.
I'm not shitting you. So she sang a bunch of very familiar pop songs fully translated into Klingon. She sings every single one of them in authentic Klingon.
How have I never heard of this before?
I'm sure you could look her up. It's something, bro. It's an experience, man. Like it's yeah. She's got the she's got the whole thing on. Like not like Lursa Bator. She doesn't have like all the armor on, but it's got the headpiece and all that. And it was pretty wild. Yeah. But all of the celebs came to the after party as well. So Harlan was there, Mark was there. They were all up at a table having drinks, having a good time. So it was really, really cool. In fact, my buddy Jay, who was one of the vendors there, was with us too. He got in line to get drinks. Mark Ralston came up behind him in line, and Jay's talking to him. They talk back and forth for like 10 or 15 minutes while they're waiting in the line. And the next day I was like, oh, cool. You were talking to Mark at the thing. What do you have to say? And he's like, who's Mark? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, the whole time you were in line, you were talking to the key guest at this con. He's like, I had no idea I just thought it was some, like, he started talking to me in the line. So we just had a conversation back and forth. No idea who it is.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rob Bellamy. He's the guy that runs the Expo every year, arranges all the guests. He has a lot of people helping him out. Lisa Lucier, Christina Garant, Courtney Hurst. There's a bunch of people I can name, but Rob is sort of the linchpin of that whole thing. Without him, there's no con. So much love to Rob. He's also the gentleman that is writing, producing, directing, and casting the TV show that we're going to be filming here. Literally, we're going to start filming in a couple of weeks. So the man just wears a lot of hats. He's always busy, always on the go doing stuff. He runs the Chatham International Film Festival. He's everywhere. He does everything, and he has a job. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, to boot.
No idea where that dude finds the time. So, and he'll likely be out at our events on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yes, he said he was coming.
Perfect.
So, yep. Speaking of our event on Saturday.
Perfect. Is that what we're going? We might as well move into that, right? There's a couple things. Let's just mention quickly, guys. Anime North, obviously coming up May 23rd. In case you didn't know, but I mean, I'm assuming if you are going to Anime North, you already know it's the weekend of May 23rd to 25th. Niagara Falls Comic Con that you will be at. Actually, you're going to be at both. Oh, no, you're not going to be at Anime North finally. You can't because you guys are filming that weekend.
We're filming that weekend, yes. But we're not filming the weekend of Niagara Falls.
Right. And you will be there May 30th.
Yep.
And then Bruce County Comic Con announced. Sorry, you were going to say?
No. I just said I'll be working with Cosplay for a Cause at Niagara Falls Comic Con all weekend long. So
right.
They needed a mouthpiece, and I was like, there's no mouthier than me. You're good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows how much you love hearing the sound of your own voice.
I really do.
Bruce County Comic Con, guys. We can't make it out that way, but I think it was when Saphira came on. I think she was saying that's kind of her local con. Now they're asking for volunteers. So if you guys are, like to volunteer at these cons, or if you want to volunteer for the first time and try it out, this is happening in July. So reach out to Bruce County Comic Con. They've put out the call, 2 weeks ago now. I don't know if they're still looking for people, but if they are, check it out. And then
it's July 12th.
The con itself is, you know what? I didn't even write it down.
Almost positive it's July 12th. Yeah.
Could be July 12th.
Crazy Mike and I happened to be passing through Southampton last year, not realizing it was on. We were just touring breweries and shit. We saw this big lineup. So we just
stopped in.
We just stopped in. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was great. I think Queen Harleen is pretty heavily involved in that one too.
That's possible.
She was there. She had a spot. She had a booth and a table and everything else. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, definitely check it out. It's a beautiful area of southwestern Ontario, by the way, too, guys. Like you're right in the Bruce Peninsula. It's fucking gorgeous. And that little town of Southampton, beautiful. The bakery there, I think it's called Seaside. Oh my fucking God, baked goods are amazing. Outlaw Brewing is right there. Amazing pizza, amazing beer. Yeah, and it's just the whole area is it's quaint, it's gorgeous, it's pretty. Definitely go if you're going to be in that area. You will not regret it. I promise you.
If you did not know, I don't know what rock you're hiding under, but it is May the 4th this weekend. That's right. Star Wars Day is coming up on Sunday, May the 4th. Our buddy David Thorne, who was on a few months ago, has been working with the Westdale Theater. They're doing a special showing of Empire Strikes Back at 7 p.m. on Sunday. I didn't realize this, and to be honest, I got to go read more about this because I'm not sure I really understood, but they're showing Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back special edition, and it's apparently the only version of Star Wars that is currently now officially being shown in theaters. So anybody that's having a showing of The Empire Strikes Back, it has to be the special edition. So that's the one that they're showing. And I think this weekend, they are the only place that Lucasfilm has, or at least in Canada, given the rights to show the movie in theater. So if you want to see Empire Strikes Back special edition in theaters, go check it out. Westdale Theater, Sunday, 7 p.m. I can't go because it's in Hamilton, and that's way too far for me. But
I can't go because it's in Hamilton, and going to Hamilton. But anyways.
So, we have some friends that live in Hamilton in case they want to go.
It's just right? Justin. Who cares, man? Nobody gives. It's just Roll Tide that's in Hamilton, and fuck that dude for dragging
Hamilton.
And Myers has got terrible taste in movies. He probably doesn't even like Empire Strikes Back. That motherfucker.
It doesn't matter in Hamilton.
Terrible. That town is brutal, and I hate it, and I never want to go back there again. Justin, do you hear me? Not doing any of your goddamn shoots if it's in Hamilton. There it is.
Is that where you guys did the Last of Us shoot?
That Last of Us shoot that we did was in Hamilton. Now, granted,
that's a dope location.
No. The location he got, the Evil Empire Studio is wild. There's even a portion of that we didn't get to. Like the main floor was where a lot of the Halo stuff was shot. Even though they came down, the cellar shoot is where we got all those shoots for The Last of Us.
Right.
But they have another side of the cellar shoot where it's like they're tunnels. With like low hanging sort of like arched tunnel ways and shit. We didn't get a chance to shoot over there. There was we were on a very, very strict time schedule, but best shooting locations. Yes. If you need something that looks like the end of the world has already occurred, go to fucking Hamilton. Cause it has. Jesus Christ. F Hamilton, Danielle.
Y'all are holding nothing back. Y'all mean Jeff.
It means me.
Come on now. I did not say any such things. That was all this fucker.
No, he was all like, hey, we have friends in Hamilton. I'm like, well, let's feel sorry for them and get them the fuck out of there. So
brutal. Hopefully, some of them are coming this weekend.
Terrible. Yeah.
Actually, I think a lot of them are potentially coming this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday, May the 3rd at London Brewing Co-op at 521 Berwick Place in London, Ontario. Free events for the third. Is it there? Third annual. There it is. Third annual. Apparently we have a video.
Oh.
The Geeks and Company presents Star Wars Day Return of May the 4th on May the 3rd, episode 3. May the 3rd, 3 p.m. to close. Free event, cosplay, karaoke, charity raffle, bingo, live podcast, and more. It is the third annual, guys. Last year, you guys came out in droves, and we had amongst the best time I've ever had. The coolest part about what we do at this particular thing, and JS, jump in here anytime. it's so relaxed compared to a lot of the other events that we have to do or we have to go to, because we're all just kind of like hanging out and having drinks and chatting and socializing, checking out the vendors, maybe buying some cool shit, having another beer, sitting out on the patio. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a con where it's like pressed and guests and vendors everywhere and 40 different Funko Pops and fucking bullshit. And it's just, it seems like it's just a cool gathering of all our friends to celebrate the nerddom and have some drinks together, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I will go one step further and say that for me, what's become the best part of this event is being able to just hang out with all our friends or all our cosplay friends.
Yeah.
Right? Because what do we do like 3, 4, 5, 12 times during a con weekend?
Go leave the con and
leave the con and go to the bar, right? Yeah. Well, fuck the con. Let's just go to the bar.
Let's have the con at the bar and just eliminate the whole bullshit back and forth.
Right. So we get to hang out, we get to chill. You know, there's going to be music, there's going to be events, there's going to be food. It's not going to be, you know, for us, we're not going to be manning a booth where we have to, you know, stand there all day or make sure there's somebody there all day.
Free reign.
We're not going to do any of that. The only expectation we have are the raffles and the podcast, which that's a good question, Justin. We haven't really decided when we're going to do it. Every year, I feel like when we go to these events, whether it's our own event or other cons, we say we're going to do a podcast at this time, and then we never make it for that time because shit happens, and you know.
I can give you
so I don't know.
Like some kind of a hint because the bingo is at 4, and then the cosplay karaoke doesn't start until 6:30. We're not going to.
It's going to be between 5 and 6, probably.
Yeah, we're not going to do it during the karaoke, obviously. And then when the karaoke's done, we're going to do the raffle, and then by then it'll start to wrap up the evening type of thing. So no, it will definitely be sometime between 5 and 6 o'clock for sure.
Yeah, likely.
It probably isn't going to be terribly long that we're going to be on. So it's going to be one of those like, come on down. These are the vendors. These are the, you know, the staff, and this is the time we're having. We might talk to 1 or 2 people. It's not going to be like we've done in the past. We're not going to talk for an hour, right? If we can get Emma on camera, we'll do that. If we can talk to the guys from Dad Club London, we'll do that. So we get representatives from sort of each of the groups, and then it'll be like, come on down, get some beer, and then get the snark out of there. So we don't want to bore the tits off everybody by, you know, talking to 87 different people at.
No, and people are trying to have a good time, right? So we don't want to also be like killing the party while we're doing our friggin', you know, YouTube thing, right? So
I do want to say that so we filled the vendor booth area again, but I want to say I think it's at least half of the vendors this year are new compared to what we had last year. So I'm very excited for you guys to see some of the new vendors that are coming out. Now there are still going to be some familiar faces, and we want to make sure. I offered the vendor spots to all the people that were there last year first. Some of them had other things to do. So our good friend and fellow team member, editor Megan, will not have a booth this year in the vendor area.
No.
She will be out, though. She'll be helping to sell raffle tickets. She's donating a piece and a sizable gift card to the raffle as well for her shop. So we've had lots of the vendors come forward and say that they are donating stuff for the raffle as well. So that's been amazing. Remember, guys, too, and I mentioned this before, every single cent of the raffle tickets goes to Ronald McDonald House Charities via Dad Club London. So all the vendor fees, 100% of the vendor fees goes to that. 50 cents from every can of this, not the pours, just the cans. 50 cents from every can goes to the charity, but 100% of the raffle tickets money sold also goes to the charity. There's no question we're going to break a record this year. This will easily be the biggest year that we've had as far as the donation goes. But we obviously we want to see that number as high as we can get it from you guys. So any help that you can give. If you want to have your maximum dollar value go to the charity, buy raffle tickets.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Even if Andre's there, and he's going to be, and even if you see him putting shit in there, go ahead and put shit in there anyway. Are you going to win it instead of him? Probably not. But you don't know. You don't know. I may follow behind
him, but it's okay.
I think I'm going to follow Andre Aaron behind him and just take his tickets out of shit as he's putting them in so that other people have a chance to win shit. Fucking Andre.
Do we want to...
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Do we want to take a minute and go through the vendors that are going to be there this year?
Yeah, let me do the schedule first, and then we'll do the vendors for sure. So as we mentioned before, 3 p.m. is when the event gets started. The doors of the place open at 11 on Saturday. So if you want to get there early, you can get there early. A lot of the vendors that are coming out are going to get there early, and I'm going to be there early to help get them set up. But the event officially starts at 3 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, so the 3 to 4 is just going to be like a settling in phase. Take some pictures, meet up with your friends, get some beer. At 4 o'clock, we're going to do the bingo, just like we did last year. So Star Wars themed bingo. I'm probably going to host that again, like I did last year. We are not doing trivia this year, and there's no live band this year. Instead, we're replacing both of those with cosplay karaoke. That's going to start at 6:30. We have a karaoke host that's going to run the event for us. In that case, London Brewing Co-op was good enough to hire somebody for that. That person, by the way, just happens to be Doug's partner. So Doug, who
like our buddy Doug?
No, not that Doug. Doug in London that does Balin Skull and Axe Woves.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Amazing cosplayer, brilliant human.
Yeah.
His dude, I learned at CK Expo this past weekend, is the dude that they have doing karaoke for us. It's fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to that.
So is Doug coming?
I would assume that would mean Doug is coming. I mean, I think he'd run out of excuses not to come at that point. I did talk to some of the other 501st Rebel Legion people. Robbie himself's coming out. Paul, that runs a lot of the London stuff on the Rebel Legion side, he's going to be coming out. So I'm looking forward to all that. So 6:30 until probably 8:30, 9 o'clock is when the karaoke will go on to. Then we'll do the raffle prizes, the draw for the raffle prizes. So make sure you're writing your name and your phone number on your ticket, guys, when you put it in there into the bucket, so that if you can't be there late for whatever reason, we can at least call you and tell you that you've won or text you or whatever. And then it'll probably be closer to 9:30, 10 o'clock, and that's usually when that place wraps up, and maybe there'll be an after party somewhere. I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what
we went way later than that last year.
At London Brewing Co-op, I don't know that we did. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We'll go until they kick us out. Okay. I know what you, but I'm going to be there at 12:30 and I'm going to start drinking right away. So by 9:30, I'm probably going to be pretty lit and ready for bed, but we'll see what happens. Whenever I go to bed early,
you got to pace yourself, bud. You got to pace yourself.
This one gets all mad at me when my old man ass wants to go to bed at 10 o'clock on a party night. He's like, "Oh, the night's just starting." I'm like, "Brother, I've been drinking for the last 10 hours. What do you?"
Well, maybe you delay the drinking.
Maybe you shut the fuck up. All right.
You know. What song are you singing?
Oh, don't you worry. I got a few songs lined up. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, if you guys have, some sort of, nerd or geek level song that you can throw on there and not completely and utterly butcher, I encourage you to do so. I remember leaving to your midnight last year. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's literally going to be until they kick us out. Yep. So don't you worry about that. We're not going to be handling anybody. We're not going to be hassling anybody out. It's going to be up to London Brewing Co-op to decide when we're going to be done there. So.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, we have nothing. I mean, other than basically throwing this party. We have nothing to do with the venue, right? Let's not get this twisted, right? Like they do and they dictate. It's their bar, or I should say, it's their tap room. There's also gonna be some kids activities. They last year they brought, and I'm assuming they're gonna bring these out again this year. They had like the little mini axe throwing for the kids, and they had like the giant Jenga, and they had like those type of things, right? So kids are welcome, especially during the day. I don't know. I think at night it might be a little bit frowned upon, but during the day, kids are for sure.
Sure.
Vendors, buddy. Did you pull up that list of vendors yet, or do you need to keep on talking here?
No. You go right ahead. We wanted to list the vendors, so you guys know who the vendors would be. So, like I said, we do have some returning vendors this year. In particular, our friend Dana, who does nerd wood art. So she's the one with coasters that does all the wood burning on it. She's a return. Tracy, who is her account is XOXO Horror Girl. She's got actually 2 booths. I think she's bringing a friend, and they're going to have she's going to have her stuff in one, and then her friend is going to do art in the other one. Yep. Allie is also back with her custom made jewelry. Stephanie from Red Moon Glassworks, who just checked in, is also back with her tumblers and her flasks.
and glasses, and I don't have mine here now, but
can you hear that? Yeah, that's full of good stuff. And as a final last minute addition, TVX will in fact be joining us. So if you are in the market for a new lightsaber, they'll have whatever they have left over from CK Expo, where they were just this past weekend. For the first time, though, Brittany, who is a regular on the podcast, Toxic Fox, who normally can't come out because usually we're the same weekend as another show called Shockstock here in London, but we are not on the same weekend this weekend, so she's going to come out and vend. Bill, BRD Collectibles, was BRD.
Yeah.
Bravo. What is R? Radio? Delta? Anyways, he's going to be, he was, if you were at London Comic Con just this past year, he was directly across from us.
Diagonal from us. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's coming out for the first time this year.
He was the guy with the little loot bags, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yes. He was actually at CK Expo too, and I got another loot bag off him.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. My buddy Jason, who was also at CK Expo, Jason also has 2 booths. He sells framed prints. So he's got Star Wars, Star Trek, movie, TV, sports, music, game, like you name it, small and large size framed prints. He's going to be bringing those out. And Andrew Saxon, our good friend Andrew Saxon, who's helped us numerous times with the channel and has come out up to almost every event we've ever done. Andrew also has 2 booths and is going to be coming out with some of his props and stuff. And all of them have been wonderful to deal with. All of them paid in full right away, not having to hassle anybody. They've been very, very kind and generous with their time, getting information from me and to me. Yeah. And I feel like it's going to be another amazing time. I can tell you that Nerdwood, I believe, Red Moon, Ali mentioned as well, Andrew, Bill from BRD, Tracy, and Jason, all of those vendors are going to be contributing items for the raffle as well as, like I said before, our editor Megan is also going to be contributing as well. So, guys, I think it's going to be an amazing time. I'm going to get there early on Saturday so I can help all of them get set up and whatever their needs are. There's going to be some canopies up outside in case the weather turns bad. Right now, we're looking like we're in pretty good shape. It's not going to be super hot. It's
right okay. Now. We're all going to be in costume. Well, yeah.
It's calling for about 15 degrees ish right now, but it's not saying any rain. So I think we're going to be okay.
Perfect. You know, we're all going to be, I'm going to be covered in foam. So, you know, I can deal with the 15-degree, bud. That's
be nice to step outside. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially for a certain gentleman that's going to be coming on Saturday there. I imagine it not being unbearably hot might be handy for him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 100%. And
because I think now we can confirm, because he's just mentioned it in a chat.
Yeah, he messaged me on the side. Yeah. He messaged me on the side, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? You're good." Yeah.
Do you want to spill the beans then?
Yeah. So, our buddy Sean, you probably know him online as Plaid Vader. I'm sure you've seen his many amazing 501st and Rebel Legion level costumes. And for 2 years now, actually, this is the 3rd year we've been asking, and he finally said yes. Sean, who has probably the best Chewbacca cosplay that I have ever seen, is bringing Chewie out. Now, I have it from good sources. Chewie may not come out much anymore, if at all. So we are very, very lucky to get Chewie. So if you've never seen Sean in his Chewie, check it out.
It's a whole other thing, man.
Bananas.
Yeah,
it's bananas. Is their patio covered? Is that Richard? Partially. Yeah. So the back patio where the vendors are is partially covered, and then they had tents
at the front patio as well.
Yeah,
and the back and the front. Yes, it's not like a fully covered, like you would say, like with a roof on it and stuff. Especially the front patio, that's not the case. Pardon me, but they will have tables out like on a patio style, and then they will have canopies over those tables. And then they will have about half of the outside back patio is covered. and then the back half is not, but they've also got canopies there as well. London Brewing Comp is going to provide 2 full-size canopies, and then I think Tracy, one of the vendors, is also bringing a canopy. So I'm ideally will have most of, if not all. Again, right now they're not calling for rain. We're all going to cross our. It is London. The weather changes by the fucking minute, but we're going to cross our fingers that we're not going to get any rain. If we do, I mean, it's not like there's not enough room inside the bar to house us all. There's going to be. It's not going to be a problem. And the vendors this year are not all outside. Half of them are inside and half of them are outside.
Yeah, so everybody's going to be protected from the rain.
Yeah,
right?
we're not going to worry about that too much. So, but cross your fingers, guys. It looks like about 15 degrees, and it may be cloudy, but it's not calling for rain right now. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that's going to be the case.
Okay, give me a quick second here. I am just trying to
insert Chewbacca roar. I don't have the Chewbacca roar. I
don't have the Chewbacca roar, but I do. Chewbacca.
Hey, there's Chewie.
And yeah, it's impressive. It's literally like he's right out of the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen. I shouldn't say I've seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot of Chewbacca. But I have seen a couple of them. I've never seen one that looks this good. And if you guys are familiar with Adam Savage, and you are a savage if you're not, this is on that level. If not just as good as Adam, as far as I'm concerned. And Sean's Chewie makes the Chewie noises, and he can match them with the lip movement. Like, it's bonkers. It's bananas. Like,
it's bonkers. It's bananas.
It's worth coming to the show just to come and see him in his costume and come and take a picture with him. And I'm telling you right now, it's such a hot costume to wear. He's not going to be in that costume for 14 hours, right? So
go to my account on Instagram and scroll down. There's a great picture, a full-size picture. You won't have to scroll very far. A great picture of him choking me as a stormtrooper.
Ah, yes, that's right.
At our booth. And you can see the entirety of his costume, and you can see how absolutely bonkers fantastic it is.
Yeah, it's
thankfully I don't post very often, so you should be
at one point when he started, or I forget if it was him or if it was Susan that was started talking about, it's an older costume now, and it's starting to show its age, and I mean, when you have a costume like that, you don't want to just wreck it, right? Like,
oh, for sure.
I've always said it. Like, the day that my Predator is either too far gone, or I just want to move on to something else and not use him anymore, he's gonna go in my friggin' like on a mannequin, and he's never coming off of the mannequin. Give me a second. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. There you go.
I swear, at no time did I whisper "harder, Daddy." Well. Plaid Vader choked the living shit out of me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And you're wearing your Stormtrooper this weekend.
I am wearing my Stormtrooper this weekend.
So
maybe we'll reenact this scene.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe we'll start a raffle for who gets to choke Jeff. Fucking, or who, I don't know. We'll figure something out for sure. But yeah. Should be good. No, his Chewbacca is crazy, guys. If you have an opportunity to come out and see us, check it out. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought we got out of there around 10-ish. Some people are saying midnight. Some people are saying later, earlier, whatever. I don't know. Guys, we'll go until they let us go, and then we won't go no more. Remember, the event starts at 3. So, like, by the 6th and 7th hour for a lot of people, especially people that get there close to that 3 o'clock range, and for the vendors, that's still a long-ass day. A con is like usually like 10 to 6 or whatever, right? Like, like an 8 hours is really kind of the bulk of what you want to do. You don't want to be there much longer than that. So
no, and we're going to be there early, right? Like, we're going to be there like 12:30ish, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
At least your aim as a stormtrooper will be filming accurate after a few of those twin suns. You are not wrong, sir.
I mean, hey.
Thankfully, it's a light beer. It's only 4%, so that'll save me. I'm sure. So because I'm sure I'm going to be drinking all goddamn day.
Guys, we mentioned some of the.
No, not that kind of a. Well, I mean, it can be.
We mentioned some of the vendors that are going to be donating for the raffle. And man, thank you so much, by the way, to all the. If any of you guys I think I saw Andrew in here.
Yep.
Stephanie in here.
Yes.
Anyway, whoever is in here now, thank you so much, guys. Our sponsor list this year has kind of shrunk, so it's amazing that the vendors were able to step up. In terms of sponsor donors, we've got Orgil, and this is going to be the big one. Okay, I'll tell you guys right now, because I may be that guy that's going to empty the bag out and put just my freaking tickets in it at the end of the night when Jeff picks the numbers.
I don't think you should admit the crime before you do it. I'm fairly confident that's probably a bad idea. I work for Orgil. It's a hardware logistics and distribution company based out of Memphis. There's I think 9 distribution centers. We're the lone Canadian one. And I just happened to go up to I drive a forklift there. It's like a big warehouse. It's like a 500,000 square foot warehouse. And I just was like, hey, we're doing this event. It's for charity. Do you guys want to donate anything? And they were like, well, we don't really normally do that, but let us take a look and we'll see what we can find. I was like, cool, not expecting much. And the next day they're like, yeah, we found something. And I was like, cool. And I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like a patio umbrella or some shit. So Blackstone tailgater barbecue grill setup that looks fucking dope as shit, and it's heavy as fuck.
It's a dual Blackstone grill, and they're not even a grill, right? Blackstones are like the flat hot plates, right? But this is a dual one. Yeah, it's sick.
It fold down. It has wheels. The whole goddamn thing. It's heavy.
Yeah,
balls, and it's brand new in the box.
Sick.
The box has a little bit of damage to it, which is why they were able to donate it to us in the first place. But the thing itself, it still has the straps on it. Like it's never been out of the box. So, and that's why we do the raffle the way we do, guys. Because we're going to have prizes that are going to be worth $10 and prizes that are going to be worth $500. So each one will have its own basket, and you buy as many goddamn tickets as you want, and you put as many tickets in as many of those as you did. I haven't seen Bob in the channel lately. It's an onion. I'm hoping Bob did mention last year that he was going to come out. Bob was the one that donated the huge gift baskets full of Star Wars based toys. He did 2 of them. He has said that he was doing that again, but we haven't seen Bob in the channel in a while. If any of you know Bob personally or can reach out to Bob and confirm if he's coming out and if he's bringing those, that would be great. But yes, the vendors have been extraordinarily generous this year to donate stuff. And yes, we are getting stuff from Orgil. We're also getting stuff from Junction again, which is literally like, you can almost see Junction
around the corner. Yeah.
4 full day passes for Junction and London Comic-Con. I was just talking to Jake tonight, and they're going to donate as well. Typically tickets to London Comic-Con, and I think he's put together like a little swag thing as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Valkyrie Custom. Actually, it's not called Valkyrie Custom anymore. It's called Valkyrie Collection now.
Valkyrie Collection. Yeah.
Our friend Megan, like you mentioned at the top, also she's not going to be vending this year, but she is still donating for the raffle. And then for the fans of what used to be called the Deadly Grounds Coffee, now the Coffin Creek Cafe and Coffee, they're donating some coffee as well. So we're gonna have a couple bags of Coffin Creek coffee. I might have like a little bit of a gift basket type thing there going on. So that's gonna be happening as well. I'm trying to look through the list here. I think that's it. Was there anybody that I forgot here? We may have other ones, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I've got a couple more people that said they might be able to donate, but it's dependent on whether they can actually make it to the event or not.
That's fair.
I don't want to say anything.
That's fair.
Because I might actually be spoiling them coming. I don't think anybody knows they're planning on coming.
Well, don't be dropping any spoilers.
So I don't want to necessarily...
No spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to spoilers, and I don't want to start rumors here. So
be dropping any spoilers.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one go.
Red Moon Glassworks. Yes, Stephanie, we mentioned that you're going to be donating. Thank you so much, by the way.
Yes.
We appreciate it 100%. It's fantastic.
Are the vendors dressing up? I can't remember if they dressed up last year. I don't think Stephanie dressed up last year. Stephanie, you should take an opportunity to dress up.
They can if they'd like. They're not on the hook to. They absolutely can, for sure.
Mr. Collaborated Cosplay saying, how do I get a signed can when it's the same one? LOL. I'll have a double, I guess. No, you won't. Because it's technically not the same can, because it's very clear on the back of this one that it says it's the 3rd. That's right. It is episode 3 after all. So it's the 3rd edition or annual Star Wars Day event.
I now have Star Wars costumes, says Stephanie from Glassworks. Fantastic.
There you go. There you go.
Encouraged, because I know you have one of these as well, though. But what we've encouraged, and what I think our friend Michael Icon is going to do as well, is we also encourage Star Trek cosplays. So if you've got a Trek, I think that's even funnier than coming out in a Star Wars. So
I almost want to break my Trek uniform, not to lie. Like
I would like to do the same thing, but well, we talked earlier about changing.
I know.
It's going to be really
Spoliers. No Spoliers.
You're Spolier. I'm not fucking Spolier. Nothing. This is on you. Yes, you don't have to have one. You don't have to be in cosplay at all. Please don't think, well, I don't have a cosplay, so I'm not going to go. Fucking come on. I don't care.
Yeah.
And if you're like, well, I don't have a Star Wars cosplay, so I'm not going to wear a cosplay. I don't care if it's a Star Wars cosplay. I don't care if it's a Star Trek cosplay. I don't care if it's goddamn fucking Game of Thrones cosplay or Lord of the Rings. Just come. Just come in. It's basically a con. It's just a con at a bar with all of our friends. JS was saying before we got on, he's like, oh no, you said it during the podcast. Like, instead of leaving the con to go to the bar, we took the con to the bar instead. So just come in a costume. I don't care what it is. If you have a Star Wars costume, cool, do that. But if you don't not come in a costume. Wear something. Have fun.
No, you can still come not in costume if you don't want to come in costume.
You absolutely can. I guess
if you want to get in costume, don't say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to wear a costume because I don't have a Star Trek." Yeah, I don't have a Star Wars costume. Just wear whatever. Yeah. Yeah. See, Steve is saying I came in Groot last year. I mean, he did, right? And it was awesome. He did a OB Groot Kenobi or something to that effect.
Well, he did say bad mistake, but that's fine. Well, now you've got your
no. It wasn't a bad mistake at all. It was awesome.
You got your mauled.
It was maybe a mistake for you. Yeah, he got mauled and he couldn't move anywhere because there was so many people. But I don't think it was a bad mistake. I think it was fantastic.
Mauled.
Yeah. Although, no, or was that 2 years ago? That might have been 2 years ago because last year he had his Maul-orian thing going on, if I remember correctly. Either way, I'm looking at the list here. Is there anything else going on Saturday that we didn't talk about?
I mean, we're going to have some, like we've done in years past, we'll have some backdrops for photo ops and such. And there are going to be some kids activities as well. So kids are welcome. Oh, I should mention as well. I don't know if I mentioned it here during. Oh, I did mention it earlier. Pets are also welcome. If you're local and you want to bring a dog, the brewery itself is very, very dog friendly. Like Richard, Midlife Cosplay, is going to be bringing his pooch. They have dog treats usually right at the counter there that are homemade dog treats and such. So yeah, if you get a pooch and you want to bring them on out. Free Comic Book Day. We are not going to be going down for Free Comic Book Day this year, Andrew. It is Free Comic Book Day the same day. I encourage you to go downtown or to wherever you are into your local comic book shop and check it out for sure. Unfortunately, JS and Jen had a bit of a scheduling conflict, so they're not going to get into London until closer to 12 or 12:30 on the Saturday, which is when we've decided we're going to be there to help the vendors get set up for the event starting at 3 o'clock at London Brewing Co-op. So we're not going to get a chance to go downtown this year, but I encourage people to go down and support Free Comic Book Day, especially if you're in London, because London does not fuck around for Free Comic Book Day. We take it very seriously.
I kind of feel like we're going to miss Keith this year. I feel like we bump into Keith every year at Free Comic Book Day, and now we're not going. So hopefully, Keith, if you're in the chat, you should come to Star Wars Day. Hopefully, we'll see you there.
So, which are we talking about here? You're really hoping to make it out. My stupid Saturday is so busy, but want to stop by and support the cause. Are you talking about Free Comic Book Day, or are you talking about Star Wars Day? Because if you don't show up for Star Wars Day, I'm going to find out where you live and hunt you down and drag you to the thing. What do you?
That's not cool. That's not cool.
Silky, what the balls?
Yeah.
You're like a de facto team member at this point. I feel like you have to be there.
Yeah. What do you mean you're not?
Don't do us like that, Silky.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're gonna break my little old man, barely beating heart.
So I hope we see all you guys on Saturday. It's gonna be a freaking blast. Although, like I said at the top, man, Metallica on Saturday was bananas. Thursday was good. Saturday was insane. If you guys have never been to a Metallica concert, let me tell you something. I was not ready for the spectacle that this was, especially when Limp Bizkit came on as an opener, man. Holy crap.
Did you do it all for the Nookie?
Listen, the whole floor was a mosh pit at one point. It was, and this is at the Rogers Center, Sky Dome. It's mental. I'll miss you at Free Comic Book Day. Oh, there he is. I hope you at least come to
he
Star
says
Wars Day.
He says at least come to Star Wars Day. And Silky's
I am coming to Star Wars Day. Perfect.
Silky's feeling the heat. Yeah, you better. Honestly, like if you don't show up, Silky, I'm gonna have to like reassess our entire friendship here. I don't know what are you doing? You want a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man for the event? I own one. Yes. Is that a quick question? Yes.
Can we dress him up in Star Wars?
Can we put a Geeks and Co logo on him?
I mean, that'd be hilarious.
Why are you asking questions you already know the answer to? Of course we want one. And of course you own one. Why am I not surprised?
I mean, yeah, why is this even a surprise?
Super isn't. Yes, bring it out, please.
Mr. Jeffrey.
Nope. No. Nope.
You don't want to do it?
Nope.
Really?
Yep. Nope. I have made my thoughts on this very clear. This is your dog and fucking pony show. I want nothing to do with it. Hold on. Let me put myself on mute.
So you don't want to do this at all. You don't want us to do it. Period. Oh, so you're cool with us doing it. You just don't want to be involved. Is that what you're saying? Oh, I see. You want to do this. You just don't want to be involved. Listen, we've got a little bit of a special cosplay corner this week. It is a little bit different than what we typically do, but I think it's. I know it's getting late. It's worth at least a mention. Guys, there's a group out there that actually does a lot of work. They go to a lot of cons. They bring out cosplayers, and a lot of the people in the community are also, they do a lot of work with these people, right? So I think it's worth mentioning specifically because it's May the 4th and it's Star Wars Day. And even though we give these guys a fucking hard time on this show, but with Jeff now basically being a de facto member, we can't not mention the 501st. That's right, folks. The 501st. Specifically, I want to talk about the Canadian Garrison. We give these guys a hard time, guys. And if you are a member of the 501st, you know that it's all in good fun. We have a lot of our friends that are part of the 501st. Let's be honest. Sean is 501st. Christina's 501st. Is Michael 501st? I think Michael's 501st. Michael's not? Well, he might as well freaking be. Mike, I have a feeling will be becoming 501st very soon. Well, you say that, but so yes, guys, May the 4th be with you. Go hunt down some Jedi. If you're with the 501st, we give you guys a hard time, but man, you guys are part of the community just as much as anybody else. You guys do a great job. They do a ton of charity work. They go to a bunch of charity events, and a bunch of them are going to be at our event this weekend.
Yep. Anyway, moving right along. Thanks, everybody. It's been great.
It's your turn now.
Thanks. Hope we never ever. I can't wait to never do that again. That's fantastic.
Silky says, JS says it's all in good fun. Jeff, however, definitely feels differently. Coming through.
I've been very clear, so that's I appreciate their charitable work and donations. That's all you're getting out of me on this point. So if you would like to be featured on the Cosplay Corner, or you know of someone or a group far more deserving than those guys, please let one of us know or message the main account, and we'll be happy to consider them for the Cosplay Corner. Remember, we do try to focus on people or groups that have some kind of an impact on the cosplay community, a positive impact on the cosplay community, not just people that are out there chasing likes and follows or out there just to self-promote or whatever. We got all kinds of those people already in the cosplay community. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but that's not where we're trying to put the focus. We're trying to put the focus that really do have that positive footprint, not just in the world at large, like them, but the community itself and what they do for the cosplay community itself. So please, by all means, send us your suggestions, and we're happy to review them and feature them on the pod.
It's tough to find a bigger group.
As you can
worldwide
tell,
that
I
does-
don't always get a say in who gets featured or not, as you can clearly tell. I definitely got outvoted on this one. So if you thought it's all just Jeff going willy-nilly doing whatever he wants, that is super not the case, man. I'm just a cog in the machine on this one, boys and girls.
Jeffrey,
Yes, sir.
do you have a tip of the week for the fine people of the chat?
I do.
Maybe
absolutely.
for them coming up at
No.
our Star Wars event.
Yeah, I have a tip of the week. Yes, absolutely. The tip of the week is show up for the goddamn Star Wars event. That's my tip of the week. Buy some canned beer, buy some raffle tickets, support the vendors, support the charity, support the show.
Yeah, guys, as much as we want to hang out with everybody because it's fantastic to see you guys and to get to hang out, but at the end of the day, this specific event we put together to raise money, right? So it is a charity event. Please come, please spend your hard-earned money. We know that man, everybody's scrounging for their pennies right now. But Ronald McDonald House Charities is a great charity. Help us support these guys, and we can't support them without you guys. So come out, drink some beer, support the vendors that are supporting us. Clearly, that's what they're there for. They're participating and they're doing their share. So make sure you come. Make sure you don't forget your wallet.
And at the end of the day, we want a good turnout, guys. Like the first year we did it, the turnout was okay. Last year, we absolutely crushed it, and I want to crush it again this year, and I want to crush it again the year after that. So the event happens because you guys come out. So bring your wife, bring your kids, bring your dogs, bring whoever you want. Tell your neighbor, tell your friends, tell the people at work. I've already got a big sign hanging up at work that I took from London Brewing Co-op to let all my people know, the 500 people I work with, that we have this event coming on. A bunch of them are coming out. So bring as many people out as you can. Of course, they're going to have their own Saturday night crew there anyways, their usuals, their regulars that are just coming there for a good time and a beer.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to run into all of us in our costumes and our silliness. But the more people we get out, the more we're going to want to do not only this event here at this location year after year, but other events at other locations, whether it be on my side of Toronto here in London or in JS's side of Toronto, Curtis in Oshawa way, whatever the case may be, it's a stepping stone, right? So as long as we keep this event going and as long as the attendance stays high, we'll keep doing this and we'll start to branch out and do some other ones too. So we've already had places reach out to us to ask us to do something similar at their venues as well. But we didn't really even know what this was before we got to this point. Now that we know that you guys are going to come out and support it, and we're doing it for a good cause, there's no reason why we can't take this and do it at other places too. So, but we can only do that if you guys keep coming out and supporting it. You did that last year.
100%.
I'm hoping you guys come out and do this for the third year because it's going to be a great time and it's for a good cause. So, why don't you take us out of here there, JS?
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, buddy. Mr. Aka. I didn't even say it today. I feel like I'm off the beat. I wasn't here last week, and I'm like
we were lost without you.
Yeah, it's so
you're the Hulk.
By the way, you guys were sneaky last week, eh? And sliding me into the cosplay corner there. Thank you.
What did I say?
But that's
what
not
did you say about the cosplay corner. What did I just say? I said guys or people that have a positive impact on the cosplay community. Who has a more positive impact than the guy that created the Geeks and Company?
It's about featuring other people.
Nope.
Yeah, but I appreciate it.
You weren't on, so you were other people last week.
Well, fair enough. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but actually, before we do go, I do want to mention producer Jen, guys. She's going to be here on Saturday. Go give her a big thank. She's a big part of this event. Specifically, she's the one that gets all of the donors, does all the signage, does all of the back end stuff that you guys don't see. She's the one that does all of that. So make sure you go give her a big thank, because a lot of these events that we do, we wouldn't be able to do without her help. So
it's true.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope. She is the if JS is the heart and I'm the mouth, she's the brains.
100%.
There's no question there at all. Yeah, we
100%.
would not be here if not for that fine woman. So
yeah,
Jen rocks. She absolutely does.
Guys, as always, if you're still watching, please make sure you click that like and subscribe button. If you click the notification bell, it'll always make sure to let you know anytime we upload a video or go live. It also costs you absolutely nothing. And with the content that we have coming out, you don't want to miss it. So make sure you click the notification bell. At least it'll let you know.
Yep.
In the meantime, thanks for watching. I hope we'll see you Saturday. You better stay geeky because we'll be back next week. See you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything.